When it comes to taking care of your health and wellness, there are many different modalities that you can incorporate into what you're doing. Of course, you go to the doctor if you need to, but a lot of people, in order to help with stress or if they have other body issues going on, may choose to go to a chiropractor or an acupuncturist or a massage therapist. And those are traditionally accepted means of care at this point, but it turns out there are so many other modalities that can help us. And today I'm especially delighted to introduce you to my dear friend, Misty Humphrey, who is also a colleague and a fellow practitioner and an alum. We went to the same school. And so I am going to tell you just a little bit about her, and then we are going to dive into a deeper understanding of crystals. And so Misty Humphrey is a certified nutrition educator and energy practitioner who believes in the power of intention. She began her journey in 2008 after an 85-pound weight loss, and now advises others on the value of a whole food diet and holistic lifestyle. As a graduate of Bowman College, Misty obtained a certification as a nutrition educator. She has a demonstrated history of working in the wellness industry, and she is skilled in coaching, dietary supplements, lecture, and overall holistic health with compassion and care. While searching for healthy and holistic solutions to EMF burden, stress, and anxiety, it was Misty's goal to dig even further, and what was a casual interest blossomed into a whole new passion of wellness. It was the discovery of the subtle energy system that affects the emotional, physical, and spiritual body. Misty has since earned a certification as a crystal practitioner, as well as being a Usui Reiki master. This has allowed the mindful piece into her practice while bridging science with spirit. Using stones, sound, and color, Misty offers remote and in-person energy sessions and plans on opening a wellness center in Western Kentucky with her husband, Tony, and childhood friend and business partner, Carola. Misty, thank you so much for being here.
Mira, thank you for having me.
And I should share, in all transparency, I forgot one other descriptor for you, because in addition to being a friend, a colleague, an alum, etc., you are also my crystal therapy practitioner. We work together.
Gladly.
Yes, and I absolutely love the work that you do. So I would love for you to share just a little bit about what is crystal therapy.
One of the reasons that I became interested in rocks or crystals was I was looking for some protection with EMF. I was noticing that with the more use of my cell phone, more use of the Wi-Fi, being in Wi-Fi, I was starting to get headaches, and I was starting to lose my own energy, lose my vivaciousness. And interestingly enough, every time we would pass a cell tower, or if I had my telephone in my hand for too long, maybe I was on a phone call, I could start to see a little bit of alteration in my vision, just a slight blurring. I can feel a little buzzing. I'm quite an empath as it is. So, and this has all been quite a self-discovery. But again, it began with the EMFs. So I started by researching what I could do to protect myself with the EMFs. And oh my goodness, that got me into the whole realm of sacred geometry, rocks, crystals, vibration, vibrational therapy, vibrational medicine. And it's just, I'm still learning. We're learning something every single moment of our lives. And this has just been an incredible learning process for me. So I actually discovered the Shungite Queen. And I think I actually discovered the Shungite Queen through you. You had posted her on your website and had blogged a little bit about her, I believe. And so I decided to check that out. Well, I purchased a piece of shungite. Thereafter I purchased a pendulum, and I just started playing a little bit. And I got to know a pendulum in the energy space. Now we all vibrate, right? Everything on this earth vibrates. The earth vibrates at a 7.83, the Schumann resonance. We have a biofield. The biofield was put into the National Institute of Health in 1994 by Beverly Rubik, PhD. So we know that we have this additional, that we have this energy. We use an EKG for the heart. The fascia, for example, is conductive. There's voltage within the fascia. So in studying going back to the EMFs, when I started to really discover my ability to feel the energy with my pendulum, I took it a little bit further and decided to research crystals even further. So I started with the quartz crystal, which is the master crystal, because I live on a mountain that is inundated with quartz. I have quartz
Really?
everywhere. I have a whole variety of rocks. So that was probably the beginning of my interest, was just my surrounding of being up here on the mountain in California. I started thereafter with the searching quartz, and then decided that I wanted to become further educated. And I thought I wasn't I've always been my mother was very reality based. Everything in my life has always been very reality based. So the energy body, the subtle anatomy was really very new to me. And so, like I said, when I started studying it and using my pendulum, I thought, this is, I'm really loving this and I'm loving the rocks. And I would start going to rock shows. I've got my special little rock here. It's a little preonite, but I started going to rock shows. And as I walked through the tables, I just put my hand just over the table and I started to feel the coolness of the rocks. And I thought, wow, this stuff, there's some real power here. I started to just really feel it. And then I became fascinated with it. And so I decided to go to the Hibiscus Moon Crystal Academy. I signed up for a little certified crystal practitioner course through Hibiscus Moon. Her name is Stephanie Ferreira, and she was in one of the reasons that I really appreciated Stephanie is because we are science based. Everything that we learned in school, right? We have to be able to cite what we're recommending. And so I'm very science based too. So that was very important to me to be able to look at the science of this stuff, to look at now physics is such a huge subject and much, much larger than my little brain can handle. But it's a fascinating, exciting way to start learning and to start learning again, like I said, about the subtle energy body. And again, the reason that I trusted Stephanie is because she was heavy into the science and
Yeah.
she was in the physics department in a high school in Florida. So it just felt like the perfect match for me. And going through, and she literally showed me how to see the energy. So I can literally see things. I can see energy over the trees. I can set a crystal up and see the glow of it in front of a black background. So it's really fascinating to be able to just play for a little bit. So I played for about a year and a half and just started offering my friends and family little sessions. I went through the program and I started seeing some really neat stuff. At first I was very mechanical with this. I began doing working with the chakras, our seven
Right.
energy centers,
Wow.
beginning with the root going up. So I was very mechanical in my work. I thought, I'm going to wind up these chakras. Well, I started to relax a little bit more. And as we become more familiar with what we're doing and we become more relaxed, we start to learn more, don't we? So as I started to become more relaxed and working with people, I started feeling their energy from a distance. Of course, we were in lockdown. I was going to go out and work for a wellness center and hopefully be able to build my practice up locally here. And then we had COVID. So I had to pull everything back in and pull everything into the
Mhm.
house. So at that point I just relaxed and I just started gifting friends and family and I thought, I'll just get the hang of this first. That's what I'll do. I'll become an expert in my field. Sure enough, I've surprised myself, I've surprised others. I put a I have a proxy body it's a tapestry of a body, and I'll lay it on my massage table, and I'll take my pendulum and I'll run it across the body, and I can feel your energy. So, of course, you in Texas and me in California, I can feel your energy. I can feel the different chakras. I can feel issues. I think I've been able to determine whether or not your ankle was hurting at one
I
time.
know
So,
that was actually wild. I remember because when we do sessions together, I just lie down on the carpet in my room and I listen to the music. And sometimes you and I talk a little bit. And I remember that one time you were like, is something going on with your left ankle? And I was like, oh my gosh, yes.
can she see
So,
me?
so
Where is she?
I
Yeah,
know, but
yeah.
and I think the other thing that I love is you've been because you and I talk on a fairly regular basis, you've been sharing so much about your journey, about learning how to tap into the energies and learning about the resonances of the different crystals within the chakra layers. And it's
Right.
amazing to me to hear some of the things that you share about that. And I love, as you said, I absolutely love that there is emerging science that shows a very clear connection.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's a lot of, there's one gentleman that I really enjoy following. His name is Jerry Tennant. And Jerry was a ophthalmologist who was injured during a surgery. He was actually performing the surgery. And when he was performing the surgery, a bacteria entered his eye and he almost
Mm.
lost his life. And so he discovered that raising his own voltage in a variety of ways, he discovered that he was able to actually heal himself through his voltage, through the energy medicine. And there's a variety of different ways that we can do this. For example, essential oils. It's the vibration of the herb, the flower, the compound that's within that little bottle. It's the vibration that we're reacting to, right? So it's not just the scent, but rather it's the vibration of that scent that the body works with. Now, when
Yeah.
I describe the vibration of the human body and vibration of everything else, I will often tell people that we like to keep it very simple. I'm more into the subtle anatomy of the body. I don't pull in any symbolism. So I don't pull in any of the Vedic. I don't pull in any type of religion. There's nothing ceremonial about what I do. There is nothing based on any kind of symbolism, like I
Mhm.
said. It's basic science, feeling the subtle energy anatomy of the body. And that's it. And another mentor of mine is Eileen McCusick, who is with biofield tuning. Eileen has developed a set of tuning forks that I've been studying. I will be soon certified with Eileen as well. But she has a set of tuning forks that she uses. And if I hit this fork, I can rub it along my face, my neck, and we're getting a vibration from this fork. So again, we're stimulating the fascia through
Mhm.
vibration with particular forks. So again, we have, when I'm talking about vibration, the subtle anatomy, we have entropy and we have centropy. So the body maintains entropy, and that's disorder. We have a brain, we have a heart, we have the gallbladder, the liver, the stomach, the pancreas, the spleen, the thymus. We have all these different things that are causing the body to be out of focus, if you will, or out of vibration. But when you have something as basic as a rock, a crystal, it's what we call balanced with centropy. It has order, it maintains order, and which means that it vibrates at a certain vibration constantly.
All the time.
Constantly. It has a constant vibration. And this is what we call piezoelectricity. It's when you squeeze a quartz, it vibrates, you get that piezoelectricity, and it's putting out electrons. And so the human body works, it's almost as if though this is the king, and the body is working very hard to be just like this king. The body wants to maintain the order that this little rock has. So just by holding a rock, often I'll have something really mellow underneath my pillow. Maybe it's a rose quartz, maybe it's an amethyst. Those are very mild, mellow stones, something I might recommend everybody start with. I might, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I have 3 children, I have grandchildren. So I may wake up in the middle of the night thinking about somebody. I might just grab a stone out from underneath my pillow. I'll just take a breath in through my nose and out through my mouth a few times, relax. And with the intention of the stone relaxing me, it
Mhm.
works. When we talk about intention, it doesn't have to be I intend for this to happen.
Yeah.
Often, when I get a client in front of me and we're on the telephone together, I can set that intention. And maybe it's you. I can set the intention today. Mira's had a tough week. She's stressed out. She just needs to relax today. So my intention just might be immediately I just tell myself, we're going to relax Mira today.
Mhm.
And it's as simple as that. It doesn't have to be a getting down on your knees and praying and intending. And just by having that thought, you're creating a certain space in your head, you're creating a certain space in your body, you're creating a certain vibration for yourself. So when we think about those different emotions, we can actually change our vibration with emotion. That's how those chemicals can change the way that those chemicals can lodge into the body, sit in the subtle energy system, and create disease. John
And
Sarno's somatic references are a good reference to that.
And I think one of the things that I love, because I certainly have seen this at conferences or at different places that I've been, even people who are like, yeah, I'm not sure that's really for me. You give them stones, and certain stones, like they can't stop playing with it. Like they're really, you can tell they're really responding to it.
Yeah.
And or they're like, oh, I don't like that one.
Yeah.
It just, it's so interesting to me how on this subconscious quantum level, we respond whether we acknowledge that or not. And I
Right.
think the other thing that's fascinating, I have my little bowl back here, many of which you have helped me find, but I love the fact that and they don't have to be like smooth and pretty and feelable, like even some of the ones that are rough or
Right.
differently shaped. It's about what it feels like. And so I know sometimes I will just sit here and play with the bowl to see what's something that I want to be holding for a little while.
Right.
And that just tells me that my body needs that energy. I think also, so what I'd love to know is when you're working with clients, when you're doing energy work with them, what is the best way for someone to prepare for this work ahead of contacting you to lie down and listen to because I know you incorporate a lot of things.
So I will, and depending on what the person's going through, I have a lot of different clients that I work with weekly that I have one that has an incredible amount of anxiety, a lot of home issues. She just can't seem to get herself out of that state of an incredible anxiety, but she has an adult son that she's concerned about. And so she has a lot of stuff going on. So I might play something in a much higher frequency, like the angelic realm, to just completely take her into a space of that crown chakra, allowing her. And she's a little bit more, some of us are a little bit more available to
Mhm.
energy work than others or accustomed to it. And this particular client is accustomed to it. She she's just really accustomed to it. So I'll play something that I know will help her get into that frame of mind where she's just completely in, as I call that violet cloud, just that space where she can just stop thinking about everything and just rest and relax. So many of us are in fight or flight mode today, Mira, that we
Absolutely.
don't realize that adrenaline is pumping through our blood, even when we might be sitting down and in a relaxed state. Maybe we're eating dinner. Maybe it's the end of the day. The kids have gone to bed. We've cleaned up the dinner dishes and we're sitting there. Maybe there's a 1 hour program we're watching on television. And we don't realize that the adrenaline can still be pumping through the veins at that point as well. And so living in fight or flight and with so much autoimmunity out there,
Yeah.
the body needs to be in a relaxed state in order to be able to actually heal. And if we're not in a relaxed state, and we don't have to be in a relaxed state 24 hours a day,
Yeah, that
but we
actually wouldn't be good for us
that
either.
wouldn't be good for us. No, that would make us very lazy. But we do need to realize and understand that when it's time to cut that thought
Mhm.
off, it's time to cut those thoughts off. And we need a coping mechanism in order to be able to do that. Because I speak to a lot of people, particularly women, mothers, maybe they're working full time, lots of stuff going on in the world. And I just don't have time for myself. I don't have time to, I would say that none of us really have time not to. And
Yeah.
even if the word that I love to get out there is, even if you look at your clock and you think, okay, I've got 10 more minutes before I go back to work after lunch, I'm going to take 5 of those minutes and I'm going to do some breathing. I'm
Yeah.
going to go outside. I'm going to kick my shoes off. I'm going to sit on the grass out front, wherever it might be. Even if you're sitting in your car, get your phone out, get off Facebook, put on some 528 hertz music. And that's
That's
the
what I
love.
love.
528 hertz is the love hertz. That's the love hertz. It's DNA repair. It's a beautiful hertz. It's one actually that my husband and I play in our home all the time. So if the lovely thing about this, Mira, is that you can just expose yourself without thought. So if
Yeah.
you were to expose yourself to the music, if you were to expose yourself to the light, if you're to expose yourself to the crystals, your body will thank you. Your
Yeah.
conscious won't thank you because your conscious is too worried about if the kids ate their lunch, if you paid the mortgage, if you did this, if you did that. But truly, the subtle energy body knows what to do. There's no controlling it. You don't have to control it. You can just be.
Yeah. And
Enjoy it.
one of the things that I absolutely love is how relaxed I feel after a session.
Mhm.
And then I also love when you send me pictures of your cloth, and
Yes.
it's always different stones and they're always so pretty. And so I love seeing when you explain what the different stones are in the different areas and why you put them there. That's always very interesting to me.
That's a lot of fun. And that was something that I've realized that I've progressed over the years, or I should say, I've evolved with that one with my intuition. So I trust my intuition now. I used to be very much in my head, and now I just trust my intuition. So I have all my stones out. And I allow myself just to do it in the moment as I'm working on somebody. And so for me to be able to just take that, we usually talk for a few minutes and then I'll take the remainder, maybe 45, 50 minutes. And I'm constantly using my pendulum. I'm winding up your chakras. I'm feeling different areas. I might feel somebody might have a knee that's bowed. If I feel something that doesn't quite feel right. And what I feel, this is the other thing that people are wondering. We all have the ability. We all have this ability. We all have the ability to use our hands, our own healing power to heal others. We have that ability. You've got the most chakras in your hands. And so if you were to, shall we do a little exercise?
Sure.
Okay, great. So if you take your hands, put them together and just rub them slowly together. All right. As you rub your hands together, get a little vigorous there. We're opening up those hand chakras. So now what we're going to do is we're going to very slowly just separate our hands out. Just play. I want you to go in and out with those hands and feel the little bits of it. Can you feel the energy? Can you feel it's
Yeah.
a tingling, if you will.
Yes.
Now this is what you call the Tai Chi ball. This is done in Tai Chi. So if you open your hands a little bit more, it's as if though you have a ball there. You can mold that ball. That ball is malleable. You can make it larger and make that ball a little bit warm. All right. So the ball's starting to get a little bit warmer. You should be able to feel the heat on the palms of your hand.
Yeah.
And so this is your own little energy ball, your own little energy stack. It's a healing ball. So maybe I have a sore left shoulder and I'm going to just put that ball onto my left shoulder. I'm going to relax. I'm going to allow my own energy to heal my own body.
Mm.
So you can do that in different areas. If you have a headache, often if I have a headache, I might just put my open palm on my forehead, feeling the warmth, feeling the heat. And as you do that, you'll start relaxing. You'll begin relaxing and your pain will literally subside. So when we talk about crystals and the science behind them, we all know that we have the quartz crystal is what keeps time. It's what
Uh-huh.
maintains time. It's in all of our electronics. So that's a really important piece of science. There's another piece that I think is really important. We have a lot of chronic pain today,
Mm.
and a lot of people are trying to use more natural alternative means to help with their chronic pain rather than constantly having to take pharmaceuticals. And so in a UK pain clinic, it was shown that 20 out of 22 patients showed pain relief with the incorporation of the chevron amethyst into their life. Whether
Wow.
that's just, my stepmother has rheumatoid arthritis, so I gave her a couple of amethysts and I said, just grab them at night when you're in bed, just grab them, hold on to them. And I want you to tell your body, we're relieving pain. The
Yeah.
pain is reducing. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling calmer. And literally it works. You start feeling better. You start feeling a little bit calmer.
That's very
Yeah,
cool.
it
So
is cool.
if someone were to want to start like a little collection of stones for
Mhm,
themselves, because there
mhm.
seems to be more and more shops around and
There are.
more places where you can buy them, what would be like 2 or 3 really good ones to start with?
I think amethyst is probably one of the most fantastic stones that there are. It's a calming stone.
Yeah.
It's that lavender color. It's a very high vibration stone. Again, it's more for relaxation, but
Right.
amethyst is also a good stone for those who might have addiction. Amethyst is often used as a kind of a pet stone or just a stone that helps you with your addiction. So I would say that amethyst is a really nice one. Be sure it's chevron amethyst if you have chronic pain. Get a couple of them. You can hold them in either hand. Quartz is the master crystal.
Mm.
So the quartz is truly the master crystal. It vibrates the highest. It has the ability to make you feel really good when it's around. It's just a gorgeous crystal. If you get a point, you can get tumbles or you can get points. The points are, you really don't work much with points. We can work more with the tumbles unless you're making grids. And grids are a very popular thing too right now. So making different crystal grids, you bless them, you send that energy off to a friend, a partner, a patient, a client, whomever it might be. But yeah, so clear quartz, rose quartz is another one. Rose quartz is a beautiful stone and it's an abundant stone. Rose
Yeah.
quartz, of course, it's good for the heart. And I would say that if anyone wanted to begin working on or working with their subtle energy and raising their vibration, it all really does begin in the heart. That means more kindness,
Yeah.
more love, more self-love, I
Mm.
think is most important. More self-love, moving forward in love, making every decision in love, seeing every situation from a place of love. Even if
Mm.
it's a bad situation, you can
Sure.
send love to that situation. You can heal that situation. We really can. We have more ability to work with the subtle energy system, even from afar, even from afar. And that's proven just in the remote sessions and the way I'm able to help people relax, calm, reduce their pain. I have one client she was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease many years ago, and I work with her nutrition, and she also has a scar on her lower back based on she had MRSA and she had to have surgery. So
Oh,
she has a little bit of nerve damage down there as well. And this particular client responds better to our subtle energy work than she does my nutrition work, because every Tuesday morning she lays down and I help her out, and she is better able to use the bathroom when she needs to.
oh,
So
wow.
just that in and of itself, I've been able to help her to eliminate that chronic constipation that she was suffering. So that's been a really nice treat. To be able to see that is fabulous, and to be able and to give people an alternative. And I
Yeah.
don't know if others are aware of this, but there are actually no-touch chiropractors.
Mm.
And a no-touch chiropractor is going to work with the energy system, subtle
That's
energy
really
system. Yeah.
wild. That's very cool.
Yes.
So if someone wanted to connect with you to learn more about you or possibly to work with you, where would they find you?
I have a website. It's mistyhumphrey.com.
That's
in my,
awesome.
I have a website. And I do in-person work as well, but I
Mhm.
find that remotely I can really achieve. I almost feel like I can achieve more remotely because I'm better able to really get into it. I don't have that body. I don't have to worry, is my shirt rubbing on their arm or did my tummy growl? So I'm actually better able to get myself into a headspace of just pure intention, and
Yeah,
it's nice.
that's really cool. Misty, thank you so much. This has been really wonderful to chat with you.
Thank
And
you, Mira,
I so appreciate you and all of the work that you do.
and
You're
I
just
appreciate you.
wonderful. Folks, hopefully you've enjoyed this, learned a lot. I know I did. And I would like to invite you to click like, subscribe down below. And I will also put some of the information that Misty talked about so that you'll be able to connect with her and learn more. Thanks so much for joining us. And Misty, thanks again for being here.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mira.
Bye, folks.